Hello and welcome to Academy Lanes. I'm Bob Lee and we're here for ACST Northern Conference match and a humdinger we have for you. Casey McCoole, the conference leader, is up against Brian Patten. We got the pin cam. Casey's face right now is right in the way of the pin cam. You can see we're going to be bringing the scoreboard on. We're recording today's event. It'll be posted live. Will be posted for replay later tonight. Brian is the home bowler, and he is elected to have Casey bowl first, and he'll be bowling, looks like on lane 2 on your right. Format for the ACST, for those new to the match, 14 points are on the line. We'll be bowling 5 strings. Each string is worth 2 points, and the total pins for the 5 will be worth 4. Casey McCoole, coming off some of his best, drops a strike as the 4-pin was the last to fall. McCoole stays hot. He put up a 608, which is the ACST high series for the season in his last match. Comes in 72 and 26 on the season, averaging 105. This is for a 95 bowler who, in a league, as he goes for the double, no, too full on the head pin. Spread eagle 4 on his first ball, second one coming right up. Like I was saying, that to be in the ACST C division, as he fills it with 17, you need to start the season with an average under 102. Good 9 there. And that'll be 26 through two complete. McCoole now with his first ball. As he's wearing blue, we'll make his nameplate blue on your scoreboard. Brian Patten. Be wearing red later on. Okay, that one got away deep in the Mariana's Trench. Good second ball here in the third. And now Casey for a 10. .36 now, through 3. First ball in the fourth is in on the right side on the 3-pin. 3 pins on the right fall. Ooh, quarter Worcester pick up there. Third ball coming up. Looking at 6 pins. That was a tough 6. So after the strike, he's at 42 through 4. Strike in the first, that is. Did a good job getting 7 out of the spread eagle. As we look back, this is a week 7. Week 8 matchup. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, in week 7, Casey was facing Chris Curley. Put up scores of 103, 119, 123, 156, and 107. He'll be open in the 5th. We're on the far right lanes. Beautiful 10 there. And a side of 52. One tough box of 6. A 9, 2 10s, and a 7 fill on that first ball strike of Casey McCoole. Now here's Brian Patten, the Lynn resident. Starts his voyage on Route 28. Finds 2 pins there. Goes left for 2 more. Big out coming. Played a safe one. 4 and 8. Yeah, so the C is a new division in ACST. It was originally a pro singles series. There was a women's division back in the 17-18 era. Oh, beautiful ball. Hines 57 leave. 5 and 7. Wood to help, maybe, in between the two. No bounce on that one. Ryan's third ball here in the second connects on the wood for a 9. As I was saying, there were only pro bowlers that tended to have average cutoffs around 110. Wasn't that anyone was being denied from the league, but yeah, you had to compete scratch. Nice ball, but tough leave. 3 and 1 off a very thin headpin strike on the right side. A couple seasons ago, we brought in the what we called the semi-pro division for bowlers between 100 and 109. The guys over 110 were, and ladies were placed in the pro division. That's a 9 in the third for 26. Brian Patten. This year, the interest was very high from league bowlers, and bowlers, a lot of whom were under 100, 102. And when we put all the bowlers in, 16 bowlers in the north, 16 bowlers in the south, in the pros, they call that A division, the Bs, from 102 to 110. And then everybody under 102 was put in the C division, and they're the Futures League. Patten had a beautiful look after sending the ball through the half Worcester hole. Got some back action, but he'll take a 7 in the fourth. 33. Patten chose the lanes here on the right side. They're synthetic. The lanes in the middle at Academy, where we saw the Worlds last month, are wooden. Very different action back here. Patten knocks out the right side plus the 8-pin, but he'll be open in the fifth. He'll still needs to connect on 1 or 2, get into the 40s. And that'll be a 42 side. No marks. Now Casey McCoole started things off with a strike. Finished with a nice 10. 52 pins between. The way the match goes, the visiting bowler, usually, it's up to the home bowler to decide the order. Visiting bowler usually is asked to put a score up. And the home bowler has a chance to meet that score in each game and then in the total at the end. McCoole coming in, just a whisker right, and we'll take an 8, 60 through 6. Full disclosure, Casey McCoole will be my partner in the upcoming doubles tournament in February in Spare Time Amusements. He's been very hot lately. He actually had he and Anthony Caron battled off at the Putnam King of the Hill first Saturday of every month. This I think it was December 5th. Casey was the winner in a head-to-head match as he takes 10 in the 7th, puts him at 70. So Casey is undefeated on the season. He's yet to lose in one of these head-to-head matches. Still maintaining a 95 average at spare time anyway. He's through the left side, comes back on the 3-pin. Only the head pin remains. That for another 10. 80. Through 8. He has 4 10s and a strike. In that one tough box, a 6 and a 9 and an 8. That has him at 80. Comes in, nice ball. Boy, that 10 pin was sturdy. Puts it between the 4 and the 10. This 4, a 10 in the 9th. He'll take 9. 89. McCoole clearing out the wood in the gullies. First ball in the 10th. We're in the first string. McCoole releasing the ball at 34 miles an hour. Gets a little bit of help. That's the 1 and the 5 in the middle. How about that? How about that with the wood connected? He finished. He got the head pin to fall off of the pin on the side. And then there were 2 other pieces of wood behind that finished the spare. 99 in a ball. Through 10, and this is the 11th rack. Takes 5 more and a 104. Good score for the C's. Like I said, the C averages are capped at 102, even though Casey's been averaging 104 on the season. Now for Patten. Patten came in the leader in the wild card. The way the ACST runs, oh, that was pretty. Driving right to left ball into the 1-2 pocket. Patten's throwing 35 miles an hour. Misses on the spare opportunity, however. Was there, the wood was connected. Oh well. 52 after he was open in the first half. 52 now through 6. That one swung a little bit right. He begins his motion in the middle.
Whoa,
that one looked good. Third ball now in the 7th. Wide right for 860. Through 7. Needs 34 in the. He's 44 in the next 3 boxes. Probably 2 marks would do it. Just left of the object. This is a Caleri leave with some wood in play. He goes for the wood. He was actually going for the 1-3 pocket. Didn't make it. Eight more for 68. Patten is open. McCoole with a strike and a spare for his 104. Patten's going to need 36 in the next 2 boxes. That doesn't help. Let that one go left. Open in the 9th. Patten clears out the front of the right side and gets a late fall for an 8. That's 76. Remember, total is still relevant. It looks like Casey's, unless Patten get a double strike 8 or better, McCoole will win the first match. You can see on the scoreboard the 28-pin lead. And Casey McCoole claims the first 2 points of tonight's match. There it was. Got the diamond. And something to work on for match 2. 104-86 the final. That score is official now. As we move to the second string. Casey McCoole continues his dominant ways here in the ACST's Northern Conference. So there are 16 bowlers in each of the conferences, North and South, and there are therefore 32 bowlers in the A's, 32 bowlers in the B's, and 32 bowlers in the C's. All the Northern Conference bowlers will face everybody in their division. The 16 bowlers are placed in 4 separate divisions. And the Northern Conference and the Southern Conference bowlers will face their division rivals twice, and then bowl every other bowler in their conference once during the season. It's an 18-game season. At the end, the 4 division winners automatically advance to the playoffs. They'll be seeded 1 through 4. Followed by the next 4 bowlers in playoff in the wildcard position. Brian Patten started today in second in his division, tied for second in his division, and tied for 5th for the first wildcard position. Casey McCoole now begins work. Second string, he tries out the 6-pin, then the 4-pin. And finishes off with a 9. So an 18-pin lead after the first. Now McCool's going to put up his first 5 boxes in the second. Comes in, crosses over onto the 1-2 pocket, and gets a helpful fall in the back. The 9 fell into the 10, leaving just the 3-pin, and that one won't fall. So McCoole open in the second with 18 after 2. So if you look on your scoreboard at the bottom of your screen, 36 pins is the match difference, but 18 of those are from McCoole beginning. He's bowled 12 frames. After the half, Worcester McCoole just picks up the head pin. Gets a little bit of help from the 5. Finishes with an 8 and 26 in the third. So our McCoole at 72 and 26 started 1 game ahead of Ty Clark, who is actually has the highest average in the ACST North at 108. Actually, that is the highest average of any, and a spare for McCoole. Beautiful pickup there. 36 and a ball through 4. In the fill, crosses just past the head pin for 5. Puts him out ahead of his box. 1 over 41. And he'll be open in the 5th. Needs these 3 for a 50. So Casey McCoole starts things off with 2 9s, an 8, a spare, 5, and a 9. Brian Patten looking for his first mark. Moves over to lane 2. The lanes aren't numbered here. I think technically this would be lane 37 or 38. Probably 38 in the second one. There's now a restaurant here. Good action off of the 2-pin. 1, 2, 4 for the spare. No. Left of the object. Be open in the 1st. Patten. Avid fisherman. Comes up empty there with a 9. First ball in the 2nd. The right to left ball moving 35 miles an hour. Into the right pocket. Looks like a tailor-made spare shot. No, the wood was good, but he went right. This for a 10 now. And 19 through 2. Now Brian Patten in the 3rd string, still looking for his first mark. Getting good action off of that. Hit the 3-pin, knocked it down to the 1 and 3. How about this one? And he's on the board, 29 on the ball through 3 for Patten. Scores of 9, 10, and spare. Let's see if he moves it up again to a strike. In the bonus. Grabs 4 out of the 2-hole. Out of the 3-hole, sorry. So 33. Third ball, and a good 8. Patten, who's 2nd in his division behind Tony Levesque, an instructor here at Academy Lanes, and long-time bowler. Levesque is one of those that is looking to advance out of the C's. He's got a 107 average at 65 and 33. Patten at 56 and 42. Oh, there it is, a spare as he took the triangle on the left with ball 1 and the 7 remaining, including the 1, 2, 3, and everything to the right. 51 in a ball. Patten will sit down with the lead. Now Casey McCoole, who won the first game 104-86, gets things going, crosses over, and leaves that's a baby Greek church. Greek church consists of a triangle and a pair. And that's the way you hit it. The traditional Greek church is the triangle on the far right, or the far left, and the pair on the other corner. That's a good 9 after that lead, though. 59 through 6. McCoole leads his division coming in today by 21 games with Brian Heber. Punches out the left side. He's got the 4 horsemen plus the 5 and 9. Now just the 1, 6 and 10. Still there, 66 through 7. He knows with Brian Patten pinning well and working on a spare, he's going to need at least 1 mark with a good fill, probably 2. Have a good chance of winning this game. Overcooked that one. Started in on the right side. It's McCoole's first time on the lanes over here on the right side at Academy, and saying the synthetic does not, his ball does not move the same on the synthetic after he'd warmed up. That's another 7 and a 73. McCoole still has 2 boxes. He's 7 under his box. He's 7 under right now. Patten 1 over plus a bonus ball. So it's like there's an 8-pin lead if they're at different parts of the match. Beautiful ball there, and no reward to speak of. That one's Paul's banana split with good wood though. Nope. He is releasing the ball with a lot of spin. He has to get that calibrated. That was for an 8. 81 through 9. There it is. A lot of side spin on that. You saw that late action off the right side wall. That ball came in on the 1-2 pocket. For the spare, yes, the wood helps. And that will help at least in the total, if not, give Brian something to think about coming home. He's now at 91 plus this fill. Patten, he's at 51 in a ball. Remember, he's going to be, his first ball is in the bonus. He threw a 42 on one of his sides. That's been his low score of the day. Oh no, that one got away, and just 2. So a 93 there. 1 mark. Actually two spares for Casey. Fills a 5 and 2. Pair of 7s and an 8 hurt. And unlike in game 1 where he had 4 10s, Casey did not have any 10s other than his spares. So, 42 pins, including this upcoming bonus fill. All right. Spread eagle minus the 7. Puts him at 56. Patten for 10. Oh, how about that? A 10 in the 6th. He's at 66 and needs 27 in the next 4 boxes. I think that's a safe bet. There it is. Extended that one just a little further. The ball's been coming off with a real tight spin. and he was missing his head pin regularly. That one was better, even though the outcome wasn't great. It was a somewhat thin head pin strike. Patten squares it off. That one got away right. So 7. Just needs 20 to tie, 21 to win in 3 boxes. Oh no. Got to get that rhythm back. There it is. That was a beautiful shot. All but the 10 pin fell. And a 9 in the 8th, 82. Patten came in to tonight's match tied with Paul Atkinson at 56 and 42. Atkinson is. Jeff Little also has 56 wins, but he's bowled an extra match and at 56 and 56. Good. So all 4 bowlers in Division 2 of ACST C North are open. Here it is for the spare. Got the pocket he wanted and couldn't carry the 10. But it's a good 10 and 92 through 9. He needs 2 pins to carry game 2. Tie up this match in the early going. But Casey McCoole still with a 19-pin lead. He won game 1, 104-86. That's 1. So the game is tied at 93. Still 2 balls to come. Brian Patten. That'll do it. Tally 2 for Patten. And he drops that one, but gets a 9 and a 101. Good score in the C division. So after 2, Casey McCoole has a 10-pin lead, but the match is tied up, 1 game apiece. To 90 minutes for the spare. Got it just right. He had the 4 horsemen plus it was the 6-9 on the right. He got it to leap but he'll take 9 in the second. 18 through 2. Following the match with Markey, Dean Sullivan, our number 2 seed, will face the winner of that. And then Sean Baker, who put us score 720. I want to say 727. I'm going to get it wrong, but in the 700s, our number 1 seed will play for a $2,000 prize. McCoole on the head pin with his first ball, leaves the dreaded 4-5-7. That's one that does not convert at a very high rate. I do not have statistics on it, but it's definitely coming in under 10% in my observations. Anyway, 3 9s to start action here in the third. Eight drop. 3 6 remain. Would probably help. Let's see. No. Nope. Need the ball to collapse into the 3-pin instead of kicking it back like that. All right, 4 9s to start. 90 is not going to be strong enough in this match. I said Patten came in 102 average in the ACST play. McCoole at 105 through his first 90. Looks like 98 points. Oh, 4 horseman stands. Couldn't touch the head pin. And how about that? 5 9s to start. An imperfect game. Door is open for Brian Patten. Steps onto what we'll call lane 2 here. On the right side of the 3 sections at Academy Lanes in the Bradford section of Haverhill. Patten lets that one go. Right on it on number 2, though, and a spare. That was a strike ball with his second one. Remember, he hit the 10 with his first shot. And Patten chasing Casey McCoole, who put up 5 9s, is in the bonus here. Beautiful ball. How about 19 to start things off in the first box? For the spare, it's good. 2 in a row for Patten. Patten is already closed the game lead. 3 boxes to play. Takes 7 for 17 in the second box. After 19 in the first, he's at 36. Open in the third. .45 through 3. He's tied with McCoole, but still has 6 balls at least, or 2 frames anyway. He's going to take a big bite out of that 10-pin lead and probably go ahead. McCoole won game 1, 104-86 by 18. And Patten took the second game by 8. Got a really good ball between a couple of wild ones. throwing 35 at it with his level is very good. 35 is a respectable speed. Pro bowlers in the range between about 30 and 46, the fastest bowlers in the game. Tim Douglas, Keith Beaupre have been clocked at 46. Josh Daly, Sean Landry, and others at 45. A bunch of bowlers are in that 39 to 42 range. Patten is open in the fourth. Raises his ire up to the ceiling. That was a good 10, though. 64 for the half. Bowlers in there in the 90s and 1-0s often drop. You see speeds in the lower 20s. Not to say you can't average higher with a slower ball. I've seen there's some of the best bowlers, some of the highest averages, the 120, 119 guys I've seen in about the 30, 31 range at the lowest. Anyway, Casey McCoole now to start things in the sixth. He's got 45 off of 5 9s in the first half. How about a 10 here? There it is. He breaks the string with a 10. Brian Patten with a big 64 is 14 over. Leads this game by 19. Second ball on the mark and a spare. I think that was the 1-3 in the front, the 4-7 and the 9-10 in the back. 65 and a ball through 7. McCoole hoping that one turns things around. Comes in smoothly, this time from the right, a little further right. Takes a 7 drop. And a spare, 2 in a row. 82 and a ball through 8 for the ACST Northern Conference leader, Casey McCoole. Brian Patten spared in the first and the second box here in string 3. Had a 19-pin lead at the half. McCoole with a 10 and 2 spares. Fills with 8. Little backdoor action on the head pin and the 3-pin there, and the string runs out on him. 90 though through 8 as he's open. In the 9th. 98. One more box for Casey. New Hampshire resident. Bowls out of Lakeside with Anthony Karen and that one got away. Came in nicely and then overcooked the head pin. High, low, jack pot. 3 pieces of wood. Final shot. And beautiful 10. That was a beauty. 108 for McCoole. That means Patten has to put up 44 to tie, 45 to win. Remember, he was open in the 5th. It was 64. This is right in that zone where you can't be sure. If you're a betting man, you'd say the 102 bowler is likely to beat a 43. But let's see if he can do it. Second ball in the 6th. That's it. He let it go. Instead of he let that one go, it dropped, but he dropped it straight before he had a chance to overthrow it. There's something going on with Brian's ball. When he holds on to it too long, you see it going way left, and sometimes he's just releasing it quite early. But in between, he's put up some nice boxes. 9 in the 1st. So now he's got to get 35 in 4 boxes. Good start. In on the 2-pin, 7 drop for the spare. How about it? He got it. That puts the 3rd string in good shape for Patten. He's at 83. Needs 25 in 3 boxes, plus this bonus ball coming up. There it was. Found his pocket, but only got 4 pins in that pocket. That's a good 9 there. That should clinch it for him, as he's at 96 through 8. Lowest scores you see, even in the C's, are going to be 4s and 5s. Very rarely back to back. He's got 2 boxes to get 12 pins, and how about that? Wow. Good pocket shot on the left side, and what is he rewarded with? He's got the 5, 7, 8, 10. Okay. It's no longer a gimme here. He's got to make. He could use a couple pins, and he gets them. 3 pins there should do it, though. As the 9 brings him up to 105. 4 or better to win 2 points and take the lead in the match. That'll do it. 8 drop to the 4-6. Just not one that you practice often. Bounces it off the wall. The ball's coming back, and in front of the 6. I guess that's one way to do it. Hit the pin that was up against the standing pin, and Patten has really straightened his ball out. That's a 115, and he picks up 2 more points in the 3rd. Now has Casey McCoole still with a 3-pin lead overall, but Patten has the lead 2 games to 1. So we add those scores into the official tallies. That is confirmed. It's 305 to 302 through 3. C action here. Futures League with bowlers under 102. Casey McCool's going to call timeout, put his Dexters on, and take a break. Brian, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm Bob Lee. Brian, I've seen you here at Academy a couple times.
Yes.
You've been bowling out of the C division for a while. What brought you to the ACST?
2 bowlers asked me. Paul Atkinson and Keith Beaupre.
Okay. Oh, Keith. You know
Yeah.
Keith, yeah.
Keith and I work for the same company.
Okay, good, good.
We work different shifts, but I've known Keith for 10, 15 years now.
He throws 11 miles an hour faster than you, however.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keith is the fastest bowler in the game, along with Tim Douglas.
Right. I mean, Sean Baker was up there too when he was younger. I've watched Sean Baker. I watched Dave Barber.
That's right.
A lot of good bowlers come up through Lucky Strike.
Yep. And Baker will be the #1 seed in the ladder on Sunday. Looking forward to that.
Right.
We're going to be bringing some of these same cameras out. We're trying out the cameras that we'll be doing there.
Right.
Hopefully the Wi-Fi will be a little better
Yes.
in that situation. So your average this season is 102 here. That's pretty good. I mean, you started a little lower than that coming into the year, correct?
Yeah. My average coming out of my league was 100. And I think I average in 101 right now through the ACST. During the summer, I average like 105, but it's summertime. It's really more relaxed and whatnot than regular league.
So Danny Finn, because of the enormous amount of interest coming out of the league bowlers who are saying, "How do I get into this? How can I go?"
People have asked me how to get into it. I said, well, we're into our season now. Next season, we'll probably start in August. We'll start look for sign-ups.
That's right. I believe there's going to be a 4th division, possibly a D division next year.
Yeah.
And
I think
where those exactly fall, depends on who signs up.
Right. Yeah. And I had one bowler ask me want to go looking for the D division.
Okay.
He said he's waiting for it to open up. I said, hey.
All right. Casey, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's get started in the 4th. So through 3 strings of play, Brian Patten with a 2-games-to-1 lead. Casey McCoole with a 3-pin lead on the total, however. It's been close. Casey McCoole, our ACSTC conference leader, coming in. Patten, second in his division, battling it out for a wild card slot. McCoole now comes in right and on a lemon drop. $1 for the Candlepin for Cancer pool. We'll be bringing that to Bowlerama on Sunday. Candlepin for Cancer raises money for bowlers and their families as they go through chemotherapy and recovery from cancer. Casey McCoole takes a 6 in the first. Working quickly, McCoole. Ready to go as soon as the pins are set. Throwing the right to left ball, 33 miles an hour. He comes in right around the second arrow from the right, which is out in front of the 6-pin. Looks for the ball to grab and kick in. Brian Patten removes the deadwood out in front of the deadwood line. 1, 7, 8, 9 for a spare here. McCoole open in the second. And a 9, 15 through 2. McCoole set. Throws. That one didn't quite get over there. 3 pins fall late. He's got a buck-tooth leave. The 1-2 in the front, the 7-10 in the back. And hits it where you want to. On the right side of the head pin, but it chops away, and he'll take 7 in the third. 22. So I was saying to Brian, while Casey was taking his break, there's a chance that the ACST will be expanding next year, so you want to get your name in as McCoole drops 7 to the eagle wing left. That's the 2, 4, 7, wood covered, and he got the wood. The ball bounced all the way off the right wall, back into the 4, but the 10 stands. Good 10 in there. Right in the ship, 32 through 4. Casey started off with a 6. 9 and 7 before that 10. If you're interested in joining the ACST, you should send a Facebook message to Danny Finn, our commissioner. There's one, and a strike off the Brooklyn side of the head pin. One I call the Cambridge side. He'll sit down, 42 and a ball, or actually 2 balls. That's Casey's second strike of the match. He left, started off leaving 4 on the plate, then 1 and 3, so he was already eight down before dropping that bomb. Now Brian Patten never got that one out. 4 pins fall on the left. Another 4 on the right, and he's got the 1-9 left for 10. How about a 9 to start? Patten really found his rhythm in the second string before he'd been hurling a few wild pitches between tightly spinning balls. He seemed to have extended out his release a little bit further, and there's nothing good about that leave, but there was nothing wrong with that throw. Check mark on the right. You know, it's kind of the pocket equivalent of a spread eagle. And he follows it up with a perfect pocket shot on the right side of the 3-pin, but doesn't get the spare to connect. (17 through 2). Didn't really throw any bad balls there. Quite frequently, you throw 3 bad balls, you get an 8. Sometimes you throw 3 good balls, you get an 8. Those things tend to average out over the course of a 5-string match. So Brian Patten, 17, 2-pin lead head-to-head, but facing Casey McCoole's strike in the 5th. McCoole likely to fill that with 7 or 8 pins. Patton's going to have to match that with a mark or 2 of his own. Missed the 3rd ball against a side saddle triangle. 7 on that one. So on that one, you can say those 3 balls were not as good as the 3 balls he threw to get that 8. The 3 balls he threw against the 8 were 2 of them were right on the object in their pockets, and the other was just a hair off. Patton's gotten a little bit wild here. This one's he's got the picket fence in the back and the 1-3 in the front, but with wood to play with. Let's see. Beautiful ball. Everything's fallen except the 10-pin. It's like a different bowler there. That's the one he wants. And he plays the wood. Wood is 11 inches wide. The pin only 3 inches wide. A good choice in that case. 34 now through 4. He's left 6 pins on the plate. No marks. All right, he's back, but pins still don't want to fall. Patten's second ball, wide left. Take a 7, 41. So McCoole with the lead in fallen pins, plus 2 bonus balls. Casey won game 1 by 18 pins, 104-86. When Patten was shaking off the rust. Patten won the next 2 with scores of 101 and 115. Now McCoole trying to get back in command. It's a double strike for Casey McCoole, who has struck in the 5th. That one also was a crossover onto the 1-2 pocket for the righty, throwing a right to left ball, 34 miles an hour. So with the double, McCoole has already amassed 62 pins. Plus, this one will count 3 times. No, just 3. So 23 in the 5th puts him at 55, and a 4 on the second ball of the second strike. So 70, and then with a 9 in the 7th, he'll be at 79 by my calculations. Just 4 on that fill. That one got away from him. Officially, it's 78 with a 9 there. All right, cool, working quickly. Punches out 8 out of the left side of the. He's got a good chance. And that pin, that ball, nothing connects with the 7 pin. He'll be open. So a double strike. And McCoole open the other 8 for the other 6 boxes. Now has 87 through 8 complete. Here it comes. That's the crossover. That was the strike ball. This time it leaves the 7 standing though. It's funny, after you've watched a few thousand games of Candlepin, you can see there's just this something about certain balls that work in certain lanes. That one is the one that Casey wants to find tonight. For the spare. No! The ball overcooked on the synthetic lanes. There it was, a 10, 97. Tenth box now. Cool, back in that left pocket. He's crossed over on 4 of his head pins. 2 strikes, a 9 drop, and now this. 4-7. Oh, how about that? So say you get the 4, 7, 5, and 9. With wood on the right side of the 5 and 9. He hit the wood low. By low I mean on the bottom side of the pin, deep on it. Brian Patten's going to look at that wood on the left side, see if it's in play. There's a line about, I think it's 12 inches in front of the head pin, and if it's overlapping that, it's deadwood, and he throws it down back into the pit. 410, and it's a 107. Casey McCoole scores a 104, 93, 108, and 107. 412. Now back to Patten. Patten found his game in the second and the third string, then lost it again in the last 5. 2 7s, 8, a 9, and a 10. See if he can find it again. Here. There it is. This one might go. This is the 5, 6, 10. The wood leaning out in front of the 5 pin was promising, but Patten misses it and tickles the 10 for a 9 on that one. 50 pins through 6 boxes. 10 under. He has to get himself to 7 over. So 17 pin lead. One way to think about it. 17. He needs to get 17 pins more than his boxes. 3 10s, 2 spares, and 17 on the fills would be one way to do that. Pretty looking ball, but queen size bedposts back there. The 8 10. Patten open in the 7th. We'll take 9. Fourth string here. Home bowler Brian Patten connecting again on. Both bowlers have found the 1-2 pocket. Patten plays it on the ribbon. That was an interesting piece of wood. It wasn't guaranteed that would take both of those pins, but Patten's got his first spare here in the 4th string. He's at 69. Here comes. That's a nice ball. So instead of curling that with the overspin, Patten has been releasing it straighter, and it's getting some good leaves. 8 on the fill, and the spare is not connected. Patten at 77 through 8 complete, now at 87 through 9. Needs to get 20. That one never reached the head pin. 3-1 split, not impossible. He's got wood in front that may help. Here it is. The wood helped indeed, but the head pin didn't, and the Patten will be open, and McCoole will take string 4 with a 96. We are all tied up 2 games apiece after 4, coming into the 5th, as McCoole wins string 4, 107 at 96. He has a 14-pin lead on the total. Patten at 398 through 4. After starting with an 86, he countered with a 101, and a 115, and just now with a 96. Top of the 5th coming up. Casey McCoole on lane 2 on the far right lanes at Academy. Brings it in with a nice overspin. Side saddle triangle fronted by the 2 pin. That's the 2, the 5, and the 8 in the back. Wood to help. How about it? Nope. Wood canceled the action there. McCoole takes an 8 to start. So 14-pin lead for the conference leader, Casey McCoole. Bowlers are at 2 games apiece. 4 points in the ACST standings that will be theirs for the rest of the season. 3-1, McCoole. Real tough for that for a righty with a right to left spin to connect on that. 3-2. So McCoole at 16 now with a pair of 8s. Neil Sedaka singing in the background from the ceiling. Casey McCoole crosses. Wanted that one to cross over. It didn't. It's a spread eagle variant there. It's got a sleeper in the back. And the 10-pin is down. So still facing 6 pins. That's a tough 6. Okay. So McCoole led by 14. He's left 8 pins standing in his first 3 boxes here at the top of the 5th. Needs to pull it back. It's a little decent action. That one was on the 6-pin, but got the 4 horsemen down. Everything but the head pin falls on the 2nd. All right, he's back. Casey McCoole at 32 through 4. A lot on the line here in this game. If Patten can win by 18, he can finish 10-4. Casey McCoole with a win would go to 10-4 himself. Crosses it. There it is. That was that. Casey McCoole with his 4th strike of the game. He'll sit down just as he did in the first with 42 in a ball. I can't remember if the first ball he threw was a strike, and I can't remember if that one crossed over. But the last 3 have all been crossovers onto the 1-2 pocket. Yeah. And they have gone quickly. Yeah. Casey very happy with that after the 32 after the 32 start for the first four. Patten now trying to match him through and nothing to complain about there. It was a full pocket shot on the right side. Banana split. Maybe the wood can help. He has to bounce it. Nope. He was pretty high on the wood. That's a good 9. Ryan Patten, Casey McCoole, six ACST match points on the line. We're in the top of the 5th. That one gets away from Patten for 4. He's got the 1, 2, 4, and then the 5, 8, and 9. The little triangle in the back. You can't see it on your screen. Hits it perfectly, but yeah, it's like you're shooting at 2 different spares at the same time. Hard to get them both. Another good 9. Everything but the first ball was on the money there. 18 through 2. First ball in the 3rd, wide right. Takes out the half Worcester plus the 6 pin. Plays that one on the lemon drop side. He's still got 6 up there now. This is a big out. Thin blow and gets some 2 pins shaking, but that's it. A 5 in the third. That is a hard box. It's like losing a spare there. Average pro bowler puts up 6.5 pins on a spare. That one he left 5 behind. Right. That's Patten's good ball, but a little left. Same place. Open in the fourth. You see how important Casey's strike was. Both bowlers at 32 after 4, struggling in the first half. But Casey with that big strike. If he can run away with it, like he did in the fourth string, he can end up with a 10-4 victory here. He just has to win this game. He led by 18 in pins. Patten now, no strike for him. He's still got 7 pins standing, and make it 6 now with his third ball coming up next. A big out. And a tough 7. 39.5. That will be hard to recover from, but Casey McCoole now. Fatigue may be a factor. It's 9:43 on a Friday night here. Academy Lanes. Casey McCoole on the strike. Finds his pocket, that 1-2 pocket. That one a little bit thinner than the strike ball, but an 8 drop. For the spare, no. $50.5 for McCoole, and 59 now. Through 6 complete. We're in the 5th string. McCoole with an 11-pin lead after 5. Leads in the match by 18. He's just going to send crossovers all day now. They've been working for him, but that one less so. McCoole open, still facing 3 pins. We'll take 8. 67 through 7. He has 3 8s and a 6 on this side. That one went a ½ inch too far on the crossover. Four horsemen for the spare. No. Cool open in the 8th. Good 10 there. Brian Patten struggled in his half. He's 11 under. McCoole 3 under through 8 complete. McCoole is able to spare. He can force Patten to make 2 marks. That was a pretty one, but 4 and 10 remain. 2 pieces of wood back there. Let's see if they jump. It did! The ball jumped right and it took out the 10 pin. Watch that one on replay. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit that left arrow. Go back and watch how the ball jumped off of the wood against the 4 pin. Shot out behind the 10 and then hit it on the bounce. So he's at 87. Plus this ball, 3. He's at 90 through 9. Open in the 10th. Needs. Okay. Leaves the diamond in the middle. That's going to be a 6. 96. Keeps Patten's hopes alive. So Patten has to put up a 57 or better on this half. Looks like he's changing balls. Looks like can't tell what kind of set that is. Nope, that one curled too much again. It's really wasn't the ball. That was the release on that one. Slows it down and gets the head pin. All fall but the 5. That's it. 2 nice balls in a row. Patten is open with a 10. It's at 49. He needs 47 in the next 4 boxes to catch McCoole. Both bowlers have won 2 games. 4 points in the record books for each bowler. How about that one? That's the one he was looking for, and this is what he got. Oh boy, that's the 6. Sorry, the 6-10 on the right, the 7-8 in the back on the left. He bounces it, looking for help. The way Casey picked up that spare in the 9th box of his 5th string. That was, hate to say it, but that was a good 8. Threw 3 balls right where he wanted to. Anyway, he's at 57 after 7. Difficulty, but when you're I've been there recently. I'm now a 109 bowler, but when you're a 101 bowler and you have a little hot streak, and your hot streak turns into a bunch of splits, that could be really devastating. Patten, nope, that one got away. How about that strike ball? Let's see if he got it. Great bid, but that is the split. He'll be open in the 8th. Great ball. Two of them were very good. One was very bad. 6. He needs 30 in the next 2 boxes, so could do it with 1 mark, but probably would need 2 decent fills. That has a good chance. 1-2 in front, 10 in the back. He's on it. He got it. Spare in the 9th for Patten. Right. If he gets a strike here, he's likely to win it. If he gets a good fill, he'll need another spare. How about that? It was good fill, 6. Not a great fill, but a good one. 82. He needs another mark. He needs this right here, and it won't happen. And Casey McCoole has clinched Game 5. That'll be a 7 and 8. Disappointing, 89 for Patten. Had a chance. He had the ball in his hand that he wanted. Final score in Game 5, 96 to 89. Those are confirmed. And Casey McCoole with the 21-pin lead on the total gets 4 points for that, 2 points for the 5th game, and we'll take the match 10-4. We'll be posting this later tonight. You'll be watching it, so that will be in the past for you. I'm not going to have a chance to interview McCoole. I'm going to talk to him afterwards, though, and congratulations to our conference leader, Casey McCoole. And Brian Patten. Good bid. I'm Bob Lee. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the lanes.